United versus West Ham United. The Premier League is back. Can you believe it? It is back. Fasten your seatbelts. It's about to go boombastic-tastic over the next 9 months. It begins. It begins this weekend. Absolutely begins this weekend. And don't worry, Robbie Jones, you won't be hearing the word Perisic on tonight's show. Whoosh. Anyway, we're here. We're here. Manchester United versus West Ham. Can't wait for it. I'm going to be giving my predicted starting lineup. I got 11 out of 11 against Real Madrid game the other day. Can I keep it up? I don't think I can, but we may as well try and keep it going. But what's this all about? What's this season about for Manchester United? And I think West Ham is perfect. Absolutely perfect. West Ham is the sort of game that ruined our season last year. Not beating teams at home from mid-table to the bottom half of the table. And to play West Ham, the first game at home, is going to be so symbolic of Manchester United's season. I cannot wait for it. This is what it is all about. So, the first 25 minutes, you can sort of get lost. You can sort of get lost, can't you? In the start of the season and is it important and all that jazz. And it is. Because Manchester United's season, not only was it last year about not beating teams at home, I think the start to our season and the first 25 minutes of the game on Sunday are 100% essential, symbolic, however you want to describe it. Because what we did last season, to give a little bit of meat to the bones, was against these teams like Burnley, Stoke, West Ham, Hull, Bournemouth. We didn't necessarily play badly, but we didn't get the first goal and we certainly didn't get the second goal, and it was like 0-0 or drawing at half-time or drawing with 70 minutes to go, and the game petered out and we lost the momentum and, you know, we dropped many points. What we need to do is get these games not won, but firmly in our control in the first half an hour, the first half especially. And I think the first 25 minutes against West Ham at the weekend are massive, and it will dictate the rest of our season. If they score against the run of play and we go 1-0 down and, you know, pressure and nervousness in the crowd, United fans, look, I'm not going to have a go at the crowd because they are, you know, fantastic. Our support is brilliant, especially those who go to the games and go away home. You know, we're all fantastic, but we're all realistic. And if at the end of 90 minutes on Sunday we've drawn 0-0 and the same problems of last season are there, we're all going to be saying what has been done to solve that problem from last year. I don't think we're going to be in that situation, by the way. I think the first 25 minutes are key, and this is where Romelu Lukaku is so important, because Romelu Lukaku at Everton was the bully. He bullied the lower league teams, and Manchester United didn't last year. So Lukaku is massive. Lukaku to score at any time, I think, is money in the bank, and we'll be talking about that in a minute because we're back with the betting tips and the interaction on that. But Matthew McFadden has made a contribution. He says, oh, thanks Matthew, it's quite a generous one as well. He says, hi Mark, it's my 20th birthday today and I got a United home shirt for it. It currently has no name on it though, so I want you to choose a player name for me to put on it. Can be as stupid as you like. Whoa, what, Matthew? People on the comments get involved. One name really did come to my mind straight away. Whether you'd be stupid enough to do it or not, I don't know. Goal before 25 minutes, says Surely Smith, 100%. But while people start talking about Matthew there, let's do this. This is my lineup for Manchester United versus West Ham. 11 out of 11 against Real Madrid. Can I get 11 out of 11 again today, on Sunday? Maybe a little bit of hope beyond hope that we will go 3-5-2, but I certainly don't think at home we should be going 4-3-3. We've got to close that gap between the midfield and the attack and support Lukaku like we didn't against Real Madrid. We had to go long ball with Fellaini. So a lot of people are saying Fellaini on your shirt, Matthew. I'm not going to say put Fellaini on your shirt. De Gea in goal, Bailey, Lindelof, Blind to give us that left side balance, although I think Smalling will be unlucky to miss out. Darmian and Valencia because they're the only options we've got. Matic, Herrera, Pogba have to play. Lukaku up front has to play. Mkhitaryan as the link between the midfield and the attack, playing central. That team, for me, is what I think Mourinho will go with, and that team, for me, is exactly the team I would go with as well. I want to see Martial, I want to see Rashford, I love Juan Mata, but to get us 3 points, we've got to go like that. A lot of people, Roy Keane 91, saying that Martial has to play. Look, I don't disagree with you, mate, but we need to win this game. I think we will win it. I think we're going to win it 3-1. I'm tempted to go 3-0, but I think we're going to win it 3-1. I think Old Trafford's going to roar like the lion it is. I think West Ham had a poor season last year, and I think we will dominate them. And I think the first 25 minutes will tell us whether we win this game. But I'm with everybody else who said it. I think we'll score in the first 25 minutes. We'll win this game well, and we'll kickstart our season really, really well as well. However, if we're 0-0 at half-time, I'll start to worry. Remember, we've got the watch-along on Sunday. We will be live from 3 o'clock as soon as the team news hits, all the way through till full-time. If you're going to any Manchester United game this season, I'm going to shout this out now. Film yourself. If you want to get on the United stand, hold your mobile phone up after the game, whether it's in the ground, preferably outside the ground with the pitch, with the ground behind you. 2 minutes, your thoughts on the game, passionate opinion, your man of the match, thoughts on the game, thoughts on United, villains of the game if you feel we've done badly. Send it to soccerboxtv@gmail.com and we're going to start loading them up from this season. So there's lots of opportunities to get involved. Don't forget that. Matthew McFadden says, I got Fellaini last season. Nothing is off limits. Matthew has just said, it's him again. Matthew, I think you should get Goldbridge on the back, to be honest. Goldbridge, or if you don't dare do that, I would say go with Pereira. There you go. I'd go Pereira. I nearly went Martial. Pereira, Martial, but I would go Goldbridge. That's what I would go with. Of course, we've got to talk about Jose Mourinho's press conference. What did he say in relation to that? He spoke about transfers. He said he wants another signing, and he's very happy. He's content because he knows how hard the market's been, that his employers have got him 75% of what he wanted before the first game of the season. He's hopeful that in the last week or 20 days actually, the last 20 days of the window, they will complete the 100% and get him up to 25%. So, who will it be? Well, Zlatan, Mourinho again, openly talking about the fact that he wants Zlatan. Matthew McFadden's come back and says he's going to get Goldbridge. If you're getting my name on the back of your shirt, mate, he's asked me what number. It's got to be number 7. I always used to wear number 7, so it's got to be number 7. Well, we were talking about Zlatan coming back. Mourinho saying that Zlatan will come back. He's got unfinished business at Manchester United. A lot of us have felt this was going to happen. He said they're trying to get him back for the second half of the season. What are your thoughts about Zlatan coming back? I feel that Zlatan coming back for the second half of the season would be very useful. His experience, star quality, hopefully if we are in with a shout at the Premier League and we're in the latter stage of the Champions League, Zlatan will be very, very useful. My only concern, and it's not a concern that we need to worry about really too much at the moment, if you can bring a player like Zlatan in for the last few months of the season, fantastic. I wouldn't want him to take Lukaku's place and play every week. I think he would have to be used sparingly, last 20 minutes of a game. You know, like we talk about Fellaini in the opposition's box for the last 10 minutes of the game is a useful thing. Zlatan is a far more useful thing. That's what I would be thinking about Zlatan. Last 20 minutes of a game, can he mix it up? The man's a beast, and if we get him, I'll be very, very pleased with it. Did Mourinho give anything else away about the team and how he was going to set up? No, he didn't. He spoke about the importance of the Premier League. He spoke about motivating the team for the Champions League. But no commitment, no promises, and I think that in itself is interesting. Andrew Hoare says the midfield has no brains without matter. I think people are just jumping on a bandwagon here that doesn't need to even start the engine up yet. We know we've got Pogba, we've got Herrera, and Matic is a far better footballer than Fellaini. We won the Europa League with a midfield 3 of Fellaini, Herrera and Pogba. We start this season with a midfield 3 of Pogba, Herrera and Matic. It's better than it was last year. If people have got concerns about Pogba and Herrera, you know, who am I to tell you not to have those concerns? Personally, I don't have them. I think Pogba is still potentially one of the best midfielders in the world. I think Herrera is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. I think Matic can, if he can do it. He's shown he can do it against Real Madrid. Can he keep that form going? If he does, we've got a midfield three that's fantastic. If we get Mkhitaryan to link between Lukaku and we get a bit of width with the fullbacks, I think we're absolutely fine, ready to go. And the brilliance of the 3-5-2 is it can become a 4-3-3, it can become a 4-2-4, it can become a lot of different formations. And I think that's what United will need to do this season, and that is be dynamic. And if we do that, we'll be all right. If we get one of these other signings in the last 10 days, fantastic. Maybe it could be Aurier, maybe it could be the left-sided player from Inter Milan. If we can do that and we can start the season well, then this is what dreams are made of. And I'm certainly focused on winning the Premier League. That is my focus, and I'm not looking at any other result than a win against West Ham at the weekend. Hope they play Martial on Sunday, says Clements Davis. Look, we're a big fan of Martial on the United stand. I'm a huge fan of Martial. Do I expect him to start the game on Sunday? No. I 100% think he'll be on the bench. For those who've joined us a little bit late, this is the team I'm going with. I've got 11 out of 11 against Real Madrid. If I can get 9, I'll be happy. I don't think I'll get 11 out of 11. I suspect he might go 4-3-3, but that's how I would go, and I hope I'm right in relation to that. Theon Curtin says we're guaranteed top 4. Arsenal are losing 2-1 at the moment. If you're watching Arsenal and you're not watching the United stand, I don't know what's wrong with you. This is the start of the season. You've got to stick with the United stand, folks. Come on, stick with us. But yeah, it'd be funny if Arsenal did lose. I think Leicester will do quite well this year. We've got them quite early on in the season ourselves. I think they'll do quite well because they have no Champions League football. So yeah, I do think they'll do quite well. Right. Time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Right. The season is upon us. So we do it on the watch along, and we are going to start it from tonight on the preview. If you are somebody who's joined the Fantasy Premier League, obviously it's started now. That's over. We will give you updates on that. But what we do have, I'm really pleased to announce this because I know a few of you look, if you don't like gambling, fine. You've got to be over 18. Gamble responsibly. If you do like a little bet, and lots of us do, we've signed up with 10bet and we've got a really good deal for you, which I'm going to show you now. So, link is in the video description. Get yourself signed up. They've got a little bonus feature there for you, but the one we're really interested in is what odds can you get on Manchester United. So the link in the video description is there for you to sign up. Nice, easy to manoeuvre around website, but we're looking for Manchester United versus West Ham. And what we're looking for is, we're looking for Lukaku to score at any time. Goal scorer, any time. Romelu Lukaku, I'll have a bit of that. 10 to 13, which effectively is, if you put a tenner on it, you're going to get about 18 quid back, which to be honest with you, is very, very, very good odds. In fact, I always do it in decimal. You can go up there and you can change it, and I can give you the exact figure. So yeah, I was more or less right. My fractions are good. GCSE C works well. Anytime, Romelu Lukaku to score at any time, 1.76. So you put a tenner on that, you'd get £17.60 back. So £7.60 profit. That is my tip of the day. Some people are saying Mkhitaryan, a tenner would get you 24 quid back. Martial's quite good odds, but I don't think he will start. And if anybody has some sort of sadistic point about them, value is probably Javier Hernandez to score at any time, 4.20. You put a tenner on that, you get 42 quid back. That is amazing value. Hernandez to score at any time against United, 4.20. But I could not do that. I cannot do that. I don't want that to happen, although the money would be nice. I'm going to go Romelu Lukaku to score at any time, 1.76. That'll get me £17.60 back. So the link is in the video description with 10bet. That is how you sign up. But the brilliance of this, it's not just about if you fancy a little bet, because we will be doing that on the watch-alongs and stuff like that on the previews. But the brilliance of this is, if you are somebody who likes a little bet on the football, and there are plenty, 10bet and the United Stand have linked up, and at the end of the season, they are going to give away five, it's not a Liverpool channel, don't worry, 5 Manchester United shirts. Home, away, or boring grey, it will be your pick. All you've got to do is sign up with 10bet, and over the course of the next the next virtually 3 weeks, 3 Manchester United games, you don't have to bet on Manchester United. All you've got to do is bet to the value of £15 and you will go in the draw to win a Manchester United shirt at the end of the season, of which they are giving 5 away. Just to give you a little bit of stats behind that, we ran something like this in February last season. There were 50 sign-ups. So 3 shirts, 50. If we get that many, you've got a very good chance of winning 5 out of 50, a 1 in 10 chance of winning a Manchester United shirt. So if you like a bet, you want to bet on Manchester United, I'd go Romelu Lukaku. The Hernandez bet is a good value bet, but 5 Manchester United shirts to give away. We'll be giving you our tips every week from now on. So get involved with it. I'll certainly be having a go, but I won't if I can't win the United shirt, of course, obviously. But the link is in the video description. Get yourself signed up, and we'll have a bit of fun with that this season. Iron Patney says, have the official squad numbers been announced yet? You know what, Iron? I normally notice that. I haven't noticed it at all this season. But live TV is there to provide information, and I'm going to have a look. I'm surprised that we've left it late, but well, there's something here that says they will be announced soon, but some numbers have already been confirmed. They're yet to officially announce the squad numbers, but they have confirmed that Romelu Lukaku will inherit Zlatan's number 9, and that Victor Lindelof will wear number 2. So there are a number of shirts that are still free. Number 7's free, number 10 is free, and if players keep their shirts from last season, then you'd have Bay 3, Phil Jones 4, Rojo 5, Pogba 6, 7 is free, Mata 8, 11 Martial, Lukaku number 9, Smalling 12, 14
even rain won't stop you,
and so on.
£2
So
on picnics.
I think the answer to that question is number 10 and number 7 still free? And at the moment they are not. Who will we buy next, says Shazwat. I think you can't move far away from Aurier, the Inter Milan player I'm not going to name. And then outsiders, possibly Fabinho, Ross Barkley, Renato Sanchez. I'd be very surprised if we went out that 5 at this point. I've just realised what's happened, haven't I? I've clicked there and the ads have gone up because you've all started moaning about it. But it's not up now. It's not up now. I've turned it off. I need to learn that. When I go on to another website, I need to learn that. Warley has made a contribution. He says, Mark, don't hate on me. Out of curiosity, do you listen to the Shark Pod updates? If so, what are your thoughts? If not, ignore me. I can absolutely say, and I may come across as an old dad here, but I have got no idea what they are. Have I walked into a trap? Have I walked into a trap there? Got no idea. I think I've probably walked into a joke, haven't I? I don't know what he's on about. Barkley for 30 million is a steal, says Yadman TV. We're going to sign Perisic, says Fortune. And Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal, big surprise. And another Van Persie, says Travis Harley 90, sorry. Mark, what do you think of Rashford at 19 at left wing back, Pereira over Herrera? I want to see Pereira playing this season, of course I do, I really do, but I'm not too sure whether we will. I think he's a fantastic player. We might have to wait a few weeks to find out what's happening with Pereira. I obviously want to see more of Martial, but the reality is Mourinho will do what Mourinho wants to do, and it won't necessarily fall into line with what we want to happen. And that is life. As I said, I love Martial and I love Pereira, but if Mourinho doesn't want to use them, can he just sell them and put us out of our pain, really? Because Mourinho's got to do what he wants to do, and Manchester United fans will think what Manchester United fans want to think. But if he doesn't want to use Martial, just sell him. Sell him. I don't want that to happen, but just sell him and we can all move on, because I don't want to just see him sat there on the bench not being used, if I'm totally honest with you. have answered the super chats, which is fantastic. So, my score prediction at the weekend, a few people have missed it. I'm going to go with 3-1 to Manchester United. Could be 3-0. I think we'll score in the first 20 to 25 minutes. That is totally where it's all about. And I think we'll win the league, but we have to start well on Sunday, says Jordan Curley. And he won't be able to watch the watch along because he's going out to watch the game. If you remember, if you're going to the game this season, home or away, you want to get featured on the United stand, get your camera out, film yourself a couple of minutes after the game outside the ground with the ground behind you. Give us your 2-minute match reaction, thoughts on the game, match reaction, a bit of passion, and you probably have a good chance of getting put up on the channel. And if you want to do that, you can contact us, soccerboxtv@gmail.com. That's where you need to send it. Just want to say Leicester have been brilliant against Arsenal. They should be 3-1 up. Louise O'Donoghue says, well, I'm going to go and watch it a little bit now. I did say that Vardy was a good player for your fantasy Premier League. Unfortunately, I didn't put him in. But I think Leicester will do quite well this season. It'd be funny. Arsenal, though, to be fair, Arsenal have a terrible record going back decades of losing at home on the opening day of the season. They lost at home to Aston Villa the season Aston Villa got relegated 2 years ago. So it's not a surprise that Arsenal start slow. Are we going to sign Ivan Perisic? I don't know. Thanks everybody for watching. It's the preview show, so support the channel. I know some people don't like the preview shows, but support the channel. Drop a like on the video. Watch along on 3 o'clock on Sunday. But we've got shows before that. We'll be back with you tomorrow with a bit of transfer news and all that jazz. And tomorrow night at Saturday Night Live at 8 o'clock. So we'll be able to incorporate some of the results from the day. We've been doing it all through the summer. Saturday Night Live will really take off when the season starts, especially when United have played on a Saturday. But your questions answered, totally interactive, Saturday Night Live, 8 o'clock on the United stand, and we will talk some of the football. And I forgot to say, we might have 1 or 2 Liverpool fans watching tonight, so I just want to stick that on my head for a little while, because I've been listening to Liverpool fans for the last couple of months saying there's no way Coutinho's going to leave us. Well, we're a big club now, we don't have to sell him. I said, you're all going to have to sit down and take the L when he hands the transfer request in, which, surprise, surprise, he has done. What a shock. We're very close to, I've just realised as well, we're very close to 126,000. We're only 30 subscribers off 126,000. So if you are new to the United stand, bottom right hand corner, drop us a subscribe and get involved with what is a fantastic community. We do go live every day during the whole season. Lockrill, it will not stop, so don't worry about that. Every night at around 8:30 it will probably move to when the season starts. It's only because of the transfers we go a bit earlier. So thanks for that. Don't forget, if you're one of those people who likes a little bet, link in the video description, sign up with 10bet, get your bet on. I'm going Lukaku to score at any time. We'll probably do a £10 to £100 bet actually. We did that last year and it worked out quite well. But remember, as long as you bet more than £15 over the course of the next 3 weeks, you'll be in the draw to win one of 5 Manchester United shirts at the end of the season, which is a fantastic offer through 10bet. So that we'll be promoting that all through the month, but link in the video description. If you do fancy a bet, get on there. Manchester United to win 3-1. It all begins. This is where it begins. The weekend, it's back. Premier League, Manchester United, United stand. We're back. We've not gone anywhere, but it's back. Football's back. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Enjoy your weekend. It's about to happen. Manchester United. We've got to win on Saturday. Come on, United. Let's do it. The fans are ready. Let's hope the players are ready as well. Speak to you all soon.